Hi everyone, welcome back to Off-Grid Ramblings. Today we are diving into a piece of gear that is a favourite amongst campers, stealth campers and military enthusiasts alike. It's the Dutch Army tent. Not only are we going to explore its features, but I'll also show you how to season it for maximum durability and weather resistance. First off, let's talk about what makes the Dutch Army tent so special. The Dutch Army tent was introduced in the early 1980s, specifically around 1981. The tent is typically made from a durable cotton canvas. The fabric is known for its strength, durability, breathability and water resistance. They typically feature a spacious interior, making them great for camping or extended trips. Plus they're surprisingly easy to set up. The downside is they are made from canvas and feature a heavy floor. They are heavy at around about 6.9 kilos, which is about 15 pounds. But once you get one of these, you look after it, it will last you a lifetime. And that's what I hope to show you in this video. I know these Dutch Army tents have a reputation for not being waterproof, but I believe that it's more about the owner not actually knowing how to care for the canvas, as compared to, say, more modern tent materials. There are a number of videos stating that there is mould that grows on the inside of the tent. Maybe able to see here, if I keep the canvas still. If I keep the canvas still, you might be able to see here. That's not mould, that is just the printed ink coming through the canvas. But that is called show through. That's from the printing process, where the inks they use to print this canvas, this camouflage pattern, are seeping through the actual canvas of the tent, especially where they overlap a lot, and that is just shown through as little black darkest marks. Now, before you head out into the great outdoors with one of these type tents, it's crucial to season the tent. So what does seasoning mean? Well, it's not salt and pepper, or even adding vinegar to it. It's a process of preparing the fabric to enhance the water resistance and longevity. This involves nothing more than treating the tent with water and allowing the tent to expand when it's wet, and then let it dry naturally, preferably in sunshine, where the tent will then contract. This will seal the fibres for optimal performance. I'm not sure if the camera's picking this up, but if you season the tent, what will happen is the cotton will swell, thus close these gaps, and then it becomes more waterproof. So yeah, I'll show you how to do that. Very simple. Would ideally be done in summertime, but we're in 3rd of October here. It's cloudy, there's a bit of wind, and we've got a horrendous downpour coming in 2 days' time with a weather warning. So let's see if we can do a quick season of this tent, get it dry, and let's see what happens in torrential downpour. So how do we season a tent? Well, first of all, you pitch it out fully stretched out into as tight as you can possibly get it. What do we do next? Well, we do the water treatment. You want to soak your tent either by watering can, hose pipe, thoroughly, and basically just let it sit there until it dries. So as the tent is soaking wet, ensure all the guys are as tight as they can be, and when it's drying, do the same. That way you're going to keep the shape of the tent, and thus it's going to be a much tighter knit of the weave of the fabric, and that will stop the water coming through. So once you've got it soaking wet, you let it dry, preferably in sunshine. Now, I don't know how long this tent's been in storage. If it's a 1991 tent, it's 33 years old. It's immaculate condition for 33 years old. I got this from Go Army. I'll put the price and I'll put the import duties I had to pay below. But even with all that and the packaging and postage and everything, I thought it was a bargain. Brilliant, brilliant. Really looking forward to using this in the winter. Preferably snow and about -6. But anyway, as it's so old, and I don't know the history of it, I don't even know if it's been seasoned to begin with, I will probably season this 2 or 3 times. So when it gets rained on during the storm, I will treat that as a seasoning process and try and get it dry outdoors as quickly as I can. Now, there is an option of putting waterproof spray on these canvas tents. I myself would avoid it. If you season one of these canvas tents properly to begin with, and then again do that every year or 2, you won't need waterproofing spray. So let's get this buttoned up. Let's make sure all the guys are tight and that is as good a shape as I can make, and we'll get this tent soaking wet. So on these tents, there are zips in each corner, and those are to join 2 or more of these tents together. Now that is a weak point for water ingression or water getting in. So make sure you've got the zips on the outside. Also, the zips are not well covered. There are adaptations that can be done, and what I will do in future videos is show you how I do those. So let's give the front a good soaking. The back as well. Right, so it's well and truly soaked. It is, I can squeeze water off the fabric. Okay, here goes. It's 5.5, 6 hours of continuous torrential downpour. I have put a tiny bit of tape over the corners and the bottom of the zip. The ground is sodden. I expect there to be some water in the corner of the tent. That'll be an adaptation I'd be doing. Oh, just got a bit. Got a bit of a light here somewhere. Oh well, that's not too bad. I live with that. And a lot of the drips are actually coming off me. I'm soaked already. A little tiny bit coming in the corner. It is the zip. I'll be doing the front here. Tiny amounts. The canvas is completely dry inside. Those bits there is just where it's brushed up against my wet clothing. Okay. A sleeping bag. Other than where I've just knelt, that is dry. I am already soaked. Yeah, that'll do me. I shall put in adaptations on the front and the back. If I bring this out here, that will protect the corners. Maybe even have something zip onto it. So I can maybe make a little porch. It's getting wet in there already. But as far as I'm concerned, that will keep you dry. You see the front velcro's come away from the pole. I'm going to have to replace that. Maybe put a peg there. But this canvas is soaked. Look, it's pulling water. That's 5.5, 6 hours continuous torrential downpour. And it's mostly dry inside. Yeah. If I can have something that zips onto here, covers the corners a lot more. Out here for a little cooking area, this will be a lovely winter tent. Maybe even somewhere to put a hot stove. little wood stove. I'll end the video here. I'm getting soaking wet. Tent has proved that it will withstand the weather, and the canvas is waterproof. The zips are a problem. In future videos I'll be doing adaptations to this Dutch tent, army tent, to make it more watertight and more usable for the modern times we live in. Anyway, if you could like, subscribe, tell a friend, recommend the channel, be most helpful. Until the next video, bye.